70.
Welcome to Fifth Street Sports, folks. I'm Frank Perez on a beautiful Tuesday afternoon in Las Vegas, Nevada. We are on Sports Byline USA Radio Network, American Forces Network. You can catch us on iHeart. Facebook, we're on Facebook.com/ Fifth Street Sports, on Twitter at Fifth Street Sports, and we stream live on YouTube. I'm looking for my co-host, Oklahoma Brian. There he is. Oh, Brian, what happened to that last shirt you had? I was going to ask you how many points you got at the arcade to win that thing.
It was a little bit of a rush to make it here. I think Andrew was doubting whether I would make it here in time, but here I am.
Oh, I thought I was going to be a solo job here for a little while. I was going to start coming up with some of my best material and jokes and stuff. But
save that for another day.
Well, you got it, brother. I'm glad to see you on. So right now, Brian, as recapping yesterday, you had a pretty hot hand. Let's see. Okay, yesterday. All right. The four of us agreed on Virginia Tech. We lose by half a point. And then we get our other loser off the table, which was Howard minus 2.5. That's two losers. Okay, now let's confirm these. You had Oklahoma State first half plus 1.5 winner. Prairie View plus 1 and 1.5 winner. South Carolina Central, whatever state, minus 2 winner. Savannah State plus 2 winner. Illinois plus 10. That all match?
Yeah.
5 and 2, brother. Not bad. We'll take it.
Now, what about how about Snuffleupagus? How did he do?
You mean Joey?
Yeah.
Well, Joey only agreed with us on Virginia Tech. We all had that. That's all he gave me. I'm trying to get him on today, but Andrew says he's going to be calling him today to see if he's got the right equipment, which I think he does, and hopefully he sends us in a game. But what I was going to ask you is, Brian, is when we come back from the segment, I wanted to talk to you about this AAF, and maybe we need to do a fundraiser to keep them going. What do you think?
I don't think so. Did you see they just got a $250 million investment? Actually, was going to ask you about that. So that'll be good. Let's talk about the AAF. Sounds like an insurance company, to be honest, but they say they're a football company. Let's talk about it.
You got it, brother. Fifth Street Sports. We got to take a time out, folks. Back in 3 minutes.
Are you wasting hundreds of dollars each year on contact lenses? Would you like to be able to see clearly again without reading glasses? Make the smart choice with IQ Laser Vision. Their team has performed over 150,000 LASIK and SMILE procedures, and with 11 locations on the West Coast and special out-of-town packages, there is a solution just right for you. See why they have a 5-star rating on Yelp. Check out IQLaserVision.com. That's IQLaserVision.com.
IQ Laser Vision.
Attention to anyone that's written a book or wants to write a book. The process is not that complicated. Take a first step. Even if you write a page a day, you'll build momentum and your book will become a reality. The hard part is getting it published. That's when you need to call Page Publishing. They've got hundreds and hundreds of thank yous from different new authors, just like you. They make the process of publishing your new book and getting it sold online a simple process. You can learn how simple it is right now by calling for your free Page Publishing New Author Submission Kit. One quick 3-minute phone call, that's all it takes to get free information and learn how you can get your book published. Pick up your phone right now and call us 24 hours a day at this number. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. That's 800-603-0885.
A major data breach just exposed millions of Americans to a crime that could cost you your home. Here's retired FBI agent Art Fitzenmeyer for Home Title Lock.
Title fraud is one of the fastest growing crimes, and in a moment, I'll tell you how to find out if you're already a victim. Home mortgage files are kept online now, and breaches like this could put you at risk of losing your home. If you have a home loan through a major bank, your mortgage and private data may have been stolen. Scammers forge documents stating you sold your home. Then they'll take out loans on your property and stick you with the payments. You won't know until late payment notices show up or you get evicted. And no bank, insurance, or identity theft programs protect you. For pennies a day, Home Title Lock protects you from title fraud. Now here's how to find out if you're a victim.
Go to HomeTitleLock.com and register for your title scan and report. $100 value free with sign up. Visit HomeTitleLock.com. HomeTitleLock.com.
You're the family chef, but with homework, practices, email, getting a good meal on the table is tough. Sometimes the best choice is the easy choice. Delicious Bob Evans mashed potatoes and mac and cheese, made with ingredients like real milk, butter, potatoes, and cheese. Bob Evans sides are ready in the microwave in 6 minutes, and they're the perfect complement to any meal. Once your family tries them, it'll be love at first bite. Get Bob Evans sides today in the refrigerated section at your favorite grocery store.
Bob Evans down on the farm.
All right, folks, we are back. This is Fifth Street Sports. I'm Frank Perez, and I'm joined with my co-host, Oklahoma Brian. And I just got a text from Joey Casano, but I'm not going to put up his game until the next segment because I'm going to put up his web address and the game that he picked so you can get a little action from us. But, all right, well, Brian, listen, I think I'd love this new league. So I'm thinking about running a fundraiser for the AAF. And because I knew they were in trouble, I just couldn't believe they couldn't make payroll after the first game.
It's one of the craziest things I've ever heard of because the payroll is, the pay is so small. They're paying these guys I've heard anywhere from $7,000 to $10,000 a game. Okay. I think it's probably on the smaller side of that. So, how much money could it really cost? And you would think, before they even started this thing, they had some kind of initial investment. The payroll for one team for the entire year is $4 million, and they only have 8 teams, so that's a payroll of $32 million.
Well, do they give out bobbleheads? Do they give out bobbleheads on certain days?
Maybe they blew it all on bobbleheads. I don't know, man. It's the craziest thing. So now, I don't know. This kind of big math has always been confusing to me, but supposedly they're getting $250 million from this Carolina Panthers owner named Dundon.
Yeah.
And I don't know who. But I can think of a better way to spend $250 million than to invest in the AAF. But good for the AAF. But what are they going to do? What are they going to do with $250 million? It seems like kind of an overreach in terms of how much they would need. This, in theory, this could fund them for 5 more years, maybe. I don't know.
Well, when you say $32 million, that includes the coaches, trainers, water boys, towel boys, everybody.
No, I didn't factor in the towel boys.
Okay.
The coaches. What do you actually? The coaches relative to the players, it probably took a decent amount to get Spurrier and Neuheisel and some of these big name guys. So, all right, well, let's just say for argument's sake, the coaches make as much as the players, which is kind of a weird thought.
No, so if it's 32 million, let's add another. What do you think? 20? Okay, let's make it 60 million. You're right, 60 million to fund the whole joint. Now, do you know what it costs to go to one of these things?
To go to an AAF game?
Yeah. Is it on StubHub? Like, does your friend scalp those games? Does he scalp like a Hot Shots game?
Yeah. I'll have to ask him. If he's gotten a lot of demand for AAF tickets. I pretty much think if you show up, you're welcome to come in. They might even pay people to go to the games, to be honest. That reminds me, speaking of paying people to go to the games, and I get off topic easy, but we were talking a couple weeks ago about the World Cup coming to Qatar in a couple of years. Do you know they actually pay people to sit in the stands at their domestic soccer games? That there's not enough people to attend the games for it to look good on TV. A lot of these guest workers that are flown in from India, Pakistan, Nepal, wherever. They actually pay these guys like $1 an hour to sit in the bleachers of their soccer games.
Wow.
Maybe they could get those guys to come to the AAF and sit in the stands at AAF games.
No, people who come in free. See, there is actually, yeah, that's funny you say that, because I live in the entertainment capital of the world, which is Las Vegas, Nevada.
That's what you tell me.
And there is actually sites up here. They're really cool. I mean, Las Vegas, Chris does them. A lot of our buddies do it. There is a site out here, for instance, let's say around 11 to 3 in the afternoon, you could, you have your own membership thing. It's free. And you might say Barry Manilow show at the Westgate. And they might have like 70 free tickets, 100 free tickets, or certain shows throughout the strip at times you can get them 3 for 1 free. And so you say to yourself, wow, usually Barry Manilow is $129 to get into that show. Why are they giving out for free? And it's like this. It's simple. It's a Tuesday afternoon. The auditorium holds 2,000 people. They have 470 tickets sold. So now the casino says, let's go to our app and our website and give them away. There's nothing worse than if you go to a Barry Manilow show and it's empty. And so it's just a free seat. It's a free seat to the casino. Very brilliant idea. Instead of having the place like 3/4 empty, why not give out 1,000 free seats? And you got people in your casino. Some of them might gamble. They might eat.
Sure, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, right? It's kind of like the Priceline model, but for shows.
Exactly. Now, if the shows looks really good and it's going to be sold out, well, obviously they don't give out nothing free. But I think that is a brilliant idea, to fill the auditorium, right? But do they actually pay? Well, let me ask you something. Let's say you're a 22-year-old kid in college and it's a Saturday afternoon and you and your buddies got nothing to do. And they say you could hang out at the mall, go to the movies, or you can go to an Atlanta or a San Diego Fleet game for free. Which would you choose?
Or is Barry Manilow on that choice?
No, but I'm telling you, if they actually paid you to go to these things, that's.
Well, and you got to figure that, you get people in. It's kind of like the movie theater business, right? A lot of people don't realize that movie theaters make almost nothing on the gate, on the actual tickets they sell. That typically goes to the, to the movies themselves. They make all their money in the concessions. And I could see something like that being true with the AAF. Maybe get people into the stadium for next to nothing, and then, hopefully they drink 8 Miller Lights and 3 hot dogs and some popcorn, buy their kid a jersey, and before you know it, they spent $150.
Yeah, but
let me interrupt you here, Frank. We actually got a message in about the AAF, specifically about salaries from one of your guys' favorites, Billy Donlin. He came in saying Christian Hackenberg's salary should be 0. He's by far the worst QB in the league, and he starts for Memphis.
Thank you, Billy. Thank you, Billy. What is Hackenberg taking down? Is he taking down 100 G's a year for this gig?
I think he gets the standard 75,000, but it's really weird. It's just amazing how bad he is. You know what it reminds me of? You're old enough to remember this. Remember back in the early 80s, I think, or maybe it might have been late 70s, there was that Warren Beatty movie, Heaven Can Wait, where he becomes a quarterback for the Rams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think Warren Beatty would actually be a better quarterback than Christian Hackenberg, even like at his current age. Yeah, I think I would.
How about Burt Reynolds in The Longest Yard? Do you think Burt Reynolds could have been better?
Burt Reynolds is a great athlete. If he didn't blow out his knee in college, we probably wouldn't know of him as the actor. He's a phenomenal athlete. Was a teammate with Lee Corso.
Yeah, but but it's just like my friend used to say. Like in baseball, sometimes the Padres are playing. The Padres are playing the Mets late night. And somebody says, boy, that's boring. Well, whoever thinks baseball is boring just didn't bet enough on the game. But it's the truth. But I'm serious. Now, let's say you and your buddy say, hey, you know what? We got nothing to do. It's Saturday. Let's go bet like $2,000 on the San Diego Fleet, and we can get in for $5. I mean, that would be a lot of fun, watching that game if you have money on it, right?
If you have money on it, anything's funny. They essentially have made these guys into human greyhounds, and more power to them.
But
Speaking of human greyhounds, this just came across today. Did you know that this? I can't believe no one's thought of this up until now. There's going to be a 3-on-3 basketball tournament at the Final Four this year, where they're going to take guys that have just exhausted their college eligibility, and they're going to make a 3-on-3 tournament. So like guys that were players this year, maybe not guys that are, lottery prospects, but, some like well-known college guys, they're going to give them a chance to play in a 3-on-3 tournament to win $150,000. What a brilliant idea. I think that would be pretty cool.
Now that is cool. Well, Brian, we got the little music coming on. That means we got to take a break, folks. We'll be back in 3 minutes. This is Fifth Street Sports.
Not too long ago, it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank, didn't it? For a vacation or a new car. But today, withdrawing your own cash has become risky. Pat Boone here for Swiss America. According to The Secret War, a new Swiss America white paper, I learned that all banks are now required to spy on you and me for the government, and then report any financial behavior deemed suspicious or unusual. You must read The Secret War. It's free. Truth is, I believe the government's new war against cash is really a war against us all. But the secret is now out. So please, get and read The Secret War.
Pick up your phone and call right now. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. Once again, that's 800-932-5517.
Being a new parent means every high and low you can imagine. But Evos can make it all easier with a baby monitor you can trust. Go to myevos.com, that's MYEVOZ.com, to see how Evos can be the eyes and ears of your nursery. Evos works with your smartphone to provide a live audio and HD video connection to your baby anytime and anywhere. On a date, at work, away on business, even serving your country overseas, Evos helps you never miss a moment. Whether your baby is with a sitter, your partner, a grandparent, or a friend, you'll be right there too. And with unique features like smart alerts that know the difference between a barking dog and your baby crying, extensive sleep tracking data, and state-of-the-art security features for your peace of mind, Evos is the smart baby monitor for connected parents. And enter the code SPORTS at checkout for $20 off. That's myevos.com. MYEVOZ.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Robert Clapper, Chief of Orthopedic Surgery at Cedars-Sinai Medical Group in Los Angeles, California. Dedicated to your health, your life, and your sports. As a weekend warrior, you know about sports injuries and pain. Exercise is an important element in keeping your body's core in good shape to minimize sports injuries. But when you are in pain, there is one product that I recommend to my patients, and that is Blue Goo Gel. Blue Goo consists of a proprietary formula developed specifically for the treatment of inflammation and general muscle aches and strains. I recommend Blue Goo for my patients coping with hip and knee pain before surgery, especially bursitis and tendinitis. Give Blue Goo a try. Call 1-888-330-0123 and you'll receive a 1-week supply of Blue Goo absolutely free. The makers of Blue Goo are even paying the shipping. The number again is 1-888-330-0123. If you want more information on Blue Goo, visit online at www.dothegoo.com.
Now available at select Big 5 stores near you.
Okay, guys, we are back. Folks, this is Fifth Street Sports on Sports Byline USA Radio Network, American Forces Network. We're on iHeartRadio. Catch us streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and you can also catch us on Twitter. Well, Brian, we went through a little bit of the AAF. I'm making a little bit of a, it's kind of an entertaining league, and we've actually made a little bit of money on them. But we had some interaction on the Fifth Street Social. Andrew, you want to put some of those up? I think we caught a little traction here with this AAF here. But, if you bet enough on this game, it's going to be exciting, Brian. Because I remember I come from Las Vegas, where New Year's Eve is really a big deal out here. The rooms go for 10 times as much, and there's 300,000 people on the Strip. But I've always said to my friends, if you really want a hell of a party, all you need to do is bet twice. Let's say when I was betting 1,000 a game, that was twice my net worth. You bet twice your net worth on an NFL game, get yourself a 12-pack, and that'll beat the hell out of any New Year's Eve party you ever been to.
So so through our YouTube live chat, we have Dogman Arizona coming in saying the base pay in the AAF is only a small part. I'm assuming he's talking about a small part of the whole when it comes to their costs, et cetera, et cetera.
Sure.
Yeah, because I was with you, Brian. I mean, how do you blow $250 million on a league that's got a payroll of 32?
Maybe they bet it all on the over the first couple weeks.
We got something here from Jimbo Mullins. Hey, here's one for you, Brian. Look at this. Jimbo Mullins, really looking forward to Oklahoma Brian's picks today. He's been on fire. I told everybody that, and I've told you, you've been hotter than a firecracker,
Yeah, the hottest is you give me a hard time on Mondays because you think I bet so much on Mondays, but I've been killing those HBCU games on Mondays. I got a great source for those. So too bad it's hard to get down on those. So Jimbo, you're going to have to wait around till the final segment. I think we got some good stuff this afternoon. And man, I totally lost my. I
was telling you about if you had $250 million. I mean, why do you need so much to fund a league that's got a payroll of 32?
I think Charlie Ebersol has been out round robining the overs on the totals of the AAF, and it's not gone well. It's like your line about everything's going well, our system going well, send more money.
Yes, yeah, that's the number one line at the downtown Western Union in Vegas. System going well, send cash. Right.
Your line about the nothing's more exciting than betting more than you have, watching a game, getting a 12-pack. That reminds me, what was the quote from Lee Trevino about hustling when he didn't have any money? Do you remember that?
Oh my gosh, it was when he won the U.S. Open. Afterwards, they said to him, "Lee, weren't you shaking? Wasn't it unbelievable going for those 9 or 10 footers for $100,000? That must have been such pressure." He says, "Oh no." He says, "Pressure was when I used to play with the $200 Nassaus with the mob guys, and I only had $50 in my pocket."
That's good. That's awesome.
But seriously, Brian, you sit there and remember when you were a kid and your net worth was like $400 or $500, and you called your bookmaker and you bet $1,000 on an NFL game, twice your net worth. You got yourself a 12-pack of Schlitz. I mean, what could be more exciting than that? That beats the hell out of any New Year's Eve party, right?
It does. It does. I think we all have our gateway stories in the industry. Like when we first started betting, I was actually friends with Florida Rick in college, and I'll tell you a funny story. We had a bookmaker who had a minimum bet was $25. We never had the money to ever bet $25 on our own. We were only 19 years old, so if we were ever going to make a bet, it had to be a consensus. We had to agree on what we were going to bet on, and then we would negotiate. Like, all right, I'll bet 10, you bet 15, or vice versa. It was like putting together a hedge fund to go bet the Clippers, on a Thursday night. So it's a funny story.
But how sweet was it when you won? Remember that one that was one of my favorite lines, but I think it was by Jackie Gleason in The Color of Money. He said, "Money won is twice as sweet as money earned." I mean, when you won that $25 with Rick, how sweet did that taste?
Oh, that was great. That was
right.
That was good stuff. And then I don't know if I don't know how many people are old enough to remember this, but probably quite a few. Back in the old days, like in the early 90s, before the World Wide Web, if you wanted to check a score, like we didn't have cell phones, we didn't have the internet. Maybe if you were a big shot, you had a pager, but we didn't have a pager. The only way we had to get scores, you know how we got our scores?
Yeah.
We put on headline news, and we would watch the scrolling scores go across the bottom. And sometimes we'd have to wait for like 10 minutes for an update. And just as they were about to get to your game on the scrolling scores, they'd go to commercial. And they come back and they would start over. Like you'd have to, wait like a whole nother.
It was absolute torture.
It was the worst. You remember those days?
Yeah. Oh, I remember days earlier than that. Now I'm going to talk to you back to 1981. I used to call a 212 number out of New York, and it used to cost you 25 cents to call it. And the guy would sit there from New York and say, "Hi, this is so and so from Long Island. Okay, with 8:20 to go, Clippers 28." And then you have to listen to the whole thing. And I remember
those too.
My wife would say, "What is this $45 phone bill we got?" Because back then your basic phone line was like $9 a month, and I used to have like $30 in long distance calls, calling this New York 212 number. Just to get scores.
That. I remember the fast talking guy. Yeah. And sometimes there'd be advertisements in there too. You're like, oh, don't make me listen to that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But so now this week, Brian, I don't know if the lines are out yet for the AAF, but they've got to be getting into those mid 30s, don't you think, for the totals?
Yeah, I do think so. And I still think over's going to be a play at some point, but I mean, I look foolish now. The overs are 2-6 after 8 games, and most of the games haven't even been close.
2-6, correct. And no, they haven't. They really haven't, and they keep dropping them. Hey, do you want me to? I got a pick from Joey Casano from joeycasano.com. Okay, and Andrew says we're going to let Joey's pick join with us in the third segment. You up for that, Brian?
I'm up for it, for sure.
Yeah. All right, so Joey's going to go with us in the third segment. He's got one pick. I'm not going to release it, folks. You guys got to stay tuned and watch us. But anyway, so Brian, so we got so now back to this AAF. Is this league going to make it? These guys couldn't cash their checks the second week out.
Ultimately, no. I don't think they're going to make it, but it's going to be fun. Well, and I think between the AAF, the XFL, which comes out next year, there's actually going to be a league specifically in Southern California, which is going to be kind of a weird deal. I think there's a place for a second football league. Which one's going to prevail? I don't know. I think if I were a betting man, I would say it's the XFL. I think that's the one that's gonna make it. It seems to be better finance. I think they're going to go after some fairly known players, maybe try to steal a couple players away from the NFL. And I know one topic you've really been into over the last couple of weeks is this Manny Machado and Bryce Harper. Well, one of them looks like one of them finally got adopted. One of them finally has a home.
Oh my gosh, I didn't read that story today. Who's in?
Manny Machado going to the Padres, $300 million deal.
Are they crazy? Are they crazy? What for like 10 years the Padres spent $300 million?
10 years, $300 million, and see it as it's a baseball contract. It's probably all guaranteed.
I mean, come by, Brian. That does not make sense. You can get so many quality players. This guy gets injured. That's so ridiculous to me that they would actually bow down to these guys.
Hey, they could have bought the AAF for $300 million.
The whole, maybe they could have got they maybe could have talked in for 2 years for the is it like 250 for 1 year or 300 for 2 years? But
yeah. What's it going to be like?
Gosh, I'm absolutely sick that this team bowed down to this guy for $300 million. Because did you ever see that series on HBO called When It Was a Game?
Sure.
Well, it's not a game anymore, my friend. It's not a game anymore.
10 years, $300 million. Richest. There's actually the Giancarlo Stanton deal was $325, but it was over 13 years. The crazy thing is, at the end of this deal when he's in the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th years of contract. His productivity is gonna really be poor, I would think, and I think it's insane. I don't think I mean, if the Yankees won't touch him and the Yankees overpay for everything, I shows you. And I kind of surprised the Padres. The Padres have kind of a reputation of being kind of a tight team as far as spending money.
They
Really
they were the Billy Bean of the National League, and now all of a sudden they go out and just pay full retail for some guy 10 years. That I think any contract in baseball that's over 5 years is a form of socialism, because you know that in the 6th through the 13th year they're not going to try anymore. I mean, you got to make these guys earn it and go up. I'm sick right now. Babe, DiMaggio, Garrick, and Mantle. I'm sorry, you guys. Sorry it's come to this. Fifth Street Sports, timeout. We're back in 3 minutes.
Want to fly somewhere? Looking for cheap flights or cheap tickets? Then call. That's right. Call the low-cost airline travel hotline now for prices so low we can't publish them anywhere. Low Cost Airlines has all kinds of cheap travel deals. Fly domestically and save up to 75%. You can even fly internationally and save even more. Yes, fly anywhere in the world and save a lot of money on your plane tickets. We'll even save you money with cheap travel deals on hotels, rental cars, even complete travel packages. So don't book your tickets until you call us first for the absolute cheapest prices on U.S. and international airline tickets and hotels. Call right now for prices so low they can't be published. Travel experts are here 24/7 to help. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. That's 800-754-4531.
Remember in the beginning, when you first started to build a life for you and your family, you never imagined it would come to this. Instead of living your dreams, you're living with debt. In fact, it's smothering you. Now there's a way you can take back control with one simple call. If you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt, you qualify to receive a free, no-obligation consultation on how to get rid of that debt for good. Call the Debt Helpline now. We work on your behalf to reduce your debt. We specialize in credit cards, retail store cards, and medical bills. One simple call is all it takes to get the ball rolling to a debt-free life. Stop living with debt and start living your dreams. Call the Debt Helpline now.
800-957-6063. 800-957-6063. 800-957-6063. That's 800-957-6063.
I'm Nick Ebram. I like to have a nice smooth shave. I do have a goatee. I like to make sure the skin around it is nice and smooth. And you know, when you're using one of those disposable razors, you never know what you're going to get. You don't get a great shave. I tell you, I have found the solution to my shaving issues with Harry's razors. Non-slip, comfortable handle. I think these are absolutely the best. Right now, you can get a $13 value trial set. Comes with everything you need for a close, comfortable shave. Weighted ergonomic handle, a 5-blade razor with a lubricating strip, a rich lathering shave gel, a travel blade cover. You can get a $13 value trial set right now. Go to harrys.com/World Soccer. Go right now, harrys.com/World Soccer. Redeem your offer right now and let them know that I, Nick Ebers, sent you. harrys.com/World Soccer to go get your Harry's razors.
All right, folks, this is Fifth Street Sports. We are back. This is now the segment called Talk You Can Bet On, which is also our trademark. We're on Sports Byline USA Radio Network, American Forces, and iHeartRadio, streaming on YouTube and Facebook. I'm Frank Perez, joined with Oklahoma Brian. We're going to get picks, and this is the segment where you can make some dough, guys. You got to stay tuned sometimes. Put up with us for 30 minutes. But, Brian, we're going to have a pick from Joey Casano. We got picks from you, Rick. There's Joey Casano from Joey Casano Sports. He likes game 616, Eastern Michigan, plus 3.5. And now we'll take it. What do you think of that play there, Brian?
That wasn't a game I was going to release, but I know Rick might have something to say. I think Rick's been following their opponent, Toledo, fairly closely lately, but no play on Eastern Michigan for me. Like I said, I'm not sure Joey Casano's a real person until I actually see him. I'm putting him in the same status as Snuffleupagus. I think he's an imaginary friend.
Joey will be on the show tomorrow,
Frank.
brother. He's the real deal. I caught this guy. He's the real deal. He gave me
We'll
three winners on Sunday. He was with us yesterday. We lost by half a point. That's the way it goes.
Okay.
He will be on the show. But believe me, Andrew's going to text him, and he's got to get his webcam together. And Joey is going to be a.
That's what Big Bird said. You know, just so you know, Big Bird said that for like 10 years on Sesame Street about Snuffleupagus.
I know you're just trying to shame him because you want me to get her. It's not me. It's Andrew getting him on the show. But here we go. So now, Joey, no, it looks like Rick sent his in. We have no opinion, so we're going to go with your 616 Eastern Michigan.
Okay. Let's take. I'm looking at his plays right now. He likes Eastern Michigan as well. He just typed. Okay.
Oh, he does.
I see his plays. Yeah, I see his plays. I totally agree with his first play. 619 Vandy. It's currently it's currently 17.5. It was 18.5 early this morning. I still think there's good value on Vandy. I think they're a better team than their record indicates, and I think there's something wrong with Tennessee. Quite obviously, saw how they reacted against. It was a tough spot going to Lexington on Saturday, but boy, they didn't handle it well. And I really like Vandy. And if you remember, Vandy gave Tennessee the fight of their lives earlier this year when they played in Nashville. So I like him going down the road to Knoxville and getting a lot of points late in the season. I think that's a very sharp play.
All right, there we go. 619 Vandy by Brian Rick.
Brian and Rick, yeah, it's a match. Okay, Rick also likes 625 Maryland. And let's see, what game number is that? Maryland. 625, yeah, they're there. They're playing Iowa, okay. Iowa, and they're a 2-point dog now. Okay, 2.5 point dog. Yeah, I would lean in that direction. It wasn't a game that I had played, but I see that. Okay, he also has 634 Missouri. That was a game. I don't think I talked to you on Saturday. You're going to be mad when I tell you this because it actually covered, or maybe I did give this to you. Did I tell you on Saturday that Missouri's team plane got stuck? They couldn't take off the night where they were supposed to on Friday night because of the ice storm in Missouri. They ended up having to fly right before the game. They landed and went straight from the airport to the arena. Kind of tired. A long day for Missouri. Obviously they didn't cover. That was a play for us on Saturday. So
no, you didn't call me, brother. Thank you, though. I appreciate that.
Gamblers hate it when other gamblers tell them stories like 2 days later. Like, hey, that's a great story, but why didn't you tell me?
Yeah, that's like, wow, thank you. I appreciate it. Boy, especially something juicy like that. I don't need any money, Brian. Don't worry about that. I don't need any money. Believe me, it's not that heavy. I could have carried around a few more bills. Okay, so let's see. How about, I got another one from Rick. Did he send you 638 Wyoming plus 6?
Yeah, it's opposite of your little sister. Is she going to double down on UNLV this weekend, or is she giving up the Rebels?
I told her, I said, you don't. If you keep laying points on the road with UNLV, you're going to be giving blood twice a week. I'm telling you, there's a blood bank here that buys it. You'll be selling that twice a week. Do not do it. I totally agree with this Wyoming play from Rick.
Yeah, I agree as well. Love the Lonesome Boys from Laramie at home. Tough record so far this year, but this is I think these points go a long way. I've seen a lot of sharp accounts on Cowboys. Okay, so I've got a couple plays of my own. One of them moved a little bit, so At this point, I'd pass. I really like Iowa. I love Iowa State. Apparently, so does everyone else. This game's been steamed all the way up from 8 to 10. I would pass for now, but if you get a chance to lay 9 later on, you get a good line. I like Iowa State a lot in this game. My favorite game of the night, though, absolute favorite game of the night, is Ole Miss going to South Carolina. They're actually total seems high too. I kind of like the under. I haven't bet the under, but I did bet Ole Miss this morning. I laid 2 on them, and they're now 3. I would lay 3. Absolutely love this play. Ole Miss has played a bit of a phenomenal road team this year in the SEC. They tend to always take care of the games they should win, and this is absolutely a game they should win at South Carolina.
Let's get that game number. Hang on. Let me get that game number while you're.
It's game 621. The only thing that worries me a little bit is I'd say if Ole Miss has a weakness, they can be pushed around a little bit. They do sometimes get out rebounded and can get pushed around by physical teams. South Carolina is a fairly physical team, but I still like Ole Miss in this game. And I like another SEC game. I like Alabama going on the road, laying a point at College Station at Texas A&M.
Alabama. Let's see what game number is that here, Ryan? Oh, Alabama. There it is.
635. And they're basically laying a point right now.
We got a pick in from Billy Donlin. Let's see what you guys think of it. It's game 603, Wake Forest over 140.5. This is through our YouTube live chat at youtube.com/Fifth Street Sports.
I like it. I actually like that play a lot. Yeah. 141 now, I think. But yeah, good play. I totally agree with that play, Billy. I think you're on the right track. Stay away from teasing college all-star games, and this is a much better pick. I think the last play we got from Billy Donlin was teasing the East-West Shrine game. So you've come a long way, Billy, with this.
Billy broke every rule. I mean, have you ever seen anybody blatantly? I told you one time. I remember in the early '80s. One time, you know how the slot machines got like those little mirror kind of images. You can see your face in it. And one day it was about 3:00 in the morning, and I was sitting there with the scotch, a cigarette. Yeah, I was with the scotch, a cigarette, gambling, and a friend of mine, and another thing I was doing, and I said to myself, how many bad things can I be doing to myself at the same time? You know what I mean? Sitting there playing.
You had the scotch. You were
cigarette
gambling
with a cigarette. And I just gotten off work. I hadn't slept, and I looked really tired. And I just looked and I said, boy, how many things at the same time horrible can you do to yourself? Well, that's what Billy did when he was teasing that East-West Shrine game. How many Fifth Street rules did this kid break at the same time, Brian?
So we actually got a bit of an update on that line. Dan Kaplan came in and he said it's up to 141 and 141.5 for that specific.
I thought so. Line. Yeah. I thought 140.5 was a little.
Billy, we're gonna give you 141 on that, just to be fair. All right, we're gonna give you 141.
Hey, I got a question for you. I don't think you're going to know the answer, but I'm going to ask you anyway. This came up with a few friends of mine that have been kind of, I guess they're making their own predictions on how these brackets are going to turn out. I can't find proof that this guy is wrong, but I know this can't be right. A buddy of mine is telling me that starting this year that the NCAA already has the brackets. Not the teams, but the actual seeds, the actual numerical seeds have already been established, and each of the 8 cities that are hosting the first 2 rounds, the opening rounds. So, for example, in Tulsa, it would be 2 3s versus 14s, 2 6s versus 11s. I don't think that's right. But ever since this guy mentioned it, a bunch of us have been telling him he's wrong, but we keep going to these bracketology sites on various websites, CBS, ESPN, etc., and they all seem to consistently have the same seeds in each city. And then they're rotating the teams around, but boy, if the NCAA did that, I don't understand why they would do that, because it really kind of limits their ability to squeeze teams into the cities that they want to squeeze them into.
You know, I gotta tell you, Brian. This guy seems to me like I don't know if when you were in college, if you ever dated a girl, and within the first 30 seconds, the
answer is yes.
Yeah, no. But I was actually watching his video.
What kind of question is that, Frank?
I was actually watching his video yesterday from a guy, and they sat him down and they said, "Listen, this is a questionnaire. Okay, you got to either pick A or B." He says, "Okay." So he sits down, and the lady that's going to give him the question looks at him, and he says, "Okay, A. Do you want to spend the rest of your life with your wife?" And he goes, "B." He said, "B." Before he could, I said, she didn't even get it out. Well, it's the same thing with these people that now you're talking about bracketology, and that they got these seeds already picked. I mean, when you went out with the girl or when you was starting to hang out with the girl early in college, and the first thing she told you is, "Oh, I'm into horoscopes. I'm into this." You're like, "Oh boy, here we go. You're a Virgo or a Libra, all this other crap." This reminds me of when you're talking about this bracketology, these conspiracy idiots. I'm sitting there walking my dog late at night with this guy who's an electrician. Walked about 5 times with him around the block, different days. And it seemed pretty cool. On about the 6th or 7th day, I'm talking to him. He goes, "What do you think about this?" And I said, "So we're talking." And then he goes, "Well, Sandy Hook is made up. And you know that there was at least 2 or 3 shooters in the Kennedy thing." This real conspiracy idiot. Between you and I, absolutely impossible that they've already got these games in before Selection Sunday.
I tend to agree. I'm curious there. I know that in the studio there, a couple big Liverpool fans reside. Are they? How excited are they with the 0-0 final in Champions League? Does it get any better than that?
Gosh, could you imagine that? They almost scored. There was almost a score in a game. I mean, you play for 90 minutes.
Don't give me that, guys. Don't give me that. All right, we're about to go to break. I expect nothing else to be said about it. It was a great game.
90 minutes plus stoppage, and there's still 2 donuts on the board. Got to go to break.
Give them a towel. Let them wipe themselves off.
Got to go to break, guys. Fifth Street Sports back in 3 minutes.
Attention business owners. Are you struggling while waiting for your customers to pay on their net 30, 60, or 90-day invoices? Can't get a business loan? Have no equity? Bad credit? Or maybe no credit at all? Then you need to call AmeriFactors right now. AmeriFactors will give you cash for your invoices and there's nothing to pay back. We simply buy your account receivables, and if those clients don't pay on the invoices, we take the loss. We give you funds based on your account receivables, not your credit, and 98% of all applicants are approved. It's that simple. With AmeriFactors, there's no more waiting for your customers to pay. We give you the funds up front, then we wait for your customers to pay us. Fund your business today. Call AmeriFactors right now.
800-847-1183. 800-847-1183. 800-847-1183. That's 800-847-1183.
Where do you want to go on a vacation or honeymoon? The Caribbean, Europe, Hawaii, Mexico? How about Disney or a cruise? At Superior Cruise and Travel, we've got you covered. We'll assign you your own travel concierge. They'll help you design a custom vacation plan that you can't find online. And the service is completely free. You can't compare the value of this to any other online travel company. We can help you plan a custom vacation anywhere in the world. We even offer payment plans with no credit card required. Now you pay off your vacation on your time schedule. Call now and mention the promo code RADIO and save up to $500. Book your custom trip. Call Superior Cruise and Travel now and talk to one of the highest rated travel agencies in the country with a 5-star A+ online rating.
800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. That's 800-570-9631.
Attention business owners. Now is the perfect time to start saving money on your cable TV bill for your business. We can give you packages with up to 90 great channels and save your business a ton of cash. And if you call right now, you can learn how to get free equipment and free installation. Now you have choices. It's time to start saving money on your cable TV bill for your business. And call today and get 90 channels plus free equipment and free installation. Smart business owners like you all across the country are consolidating and saving money on their cable TV, internet, and phone service for the business. So now's the perfect time. This may be a limited time offer to the first 100 people that call right now. So please save money and call now.
800-470-7113. 800-470-7113. 800-470-7113. That's 800-470-7113.
All right, folks, this is Fifth Street Sports. I'm Frank Perez, joined with Oklahoma Brian. We're going to go really quick here in a second to recap these games, but I got a trivia question for Brian. Brian, there was 2 games today in the Champions League. There was, what was it, Liverpool and Bayern Munich? And then there was Lyon and Barcelona.
Lyon.
Lyon and against Barcelona. 2 full games in the Champions League. Here's your trivia question. What has more? How many users in Beijing are on Facebook and Twitter? What has more? Users of Facebook and Twitter from Beijing or goals scored in 2 full 90-minute games plus stoppage? It is a tie, my friend. It is a tie.
I think they have VPNs in China. I think that. I don't think it's.
They got big firewalls. There are 0 Facebook and Twitter users in all of Beijing, and in 2 full soccer games, they've actually scored 0 points. Also, could you imagine that? You go to 2 games. Let's say they were next to each other, and you go, "Well, let me go to this game." And then after 90 minutes, your friend says, "Come on, let's go to the other game." They're bound to score. They're bound to score in the other game.
Well, you know who didn't have that problem? Did you see in the 3rd division of Italian soccer, there was a game that finished 20-0 on Monday. Or actually, it was over the weekend. It was Sunday.
Oh, really? 20-0 soccer game.
Yeah, the team was a little short-handed. They started 7 players, which is the minimum you can start.
That would make it exciting, you know. And then you put in on I don't know, and a man and a chick. You got to do something to spice it up. But, Brian, let's go really quick. 6:16 from Joey Casano, Eastern Michigan, plus 3.5. Rick agrees. 6:19, Vandy, plus 17.5. That's from you. Rick. 6:25, Maryland, plus 2.5. 6:34, Missouri, plus 11.5. 6:38, Wyoming, plus 6. These are all Rick. Here comes Brian, his best pick, Ole Miss, -3. And Alabama, -1. Does that all match?
That's it.
All right, buddy. Thank you. Great show. We'll speak to you later, folks. We appreciate you, and we thank you. We'll see you tomorrow, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. Have a great afternoon, and good luck tonight.
USA Radio.